Okay, in my world, I just finished a video of the video for activity 8, and we're now starting the video for activity 9. I'll just push that out of the way. Move this over because there's nothing I'm going to want right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and open workbook activity 9. And apparently this is one that they want you to print on. The things we're going to be looking at doing in this one is, and I'm of course going to come down here and I'm going to open the worksheet. Good. Is we're going to be formatting dates, inserting comments, print showing those comments, and creating a custom sort. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to key in the data as shown. Okay, so our first step here is going to be to key in the data as shown. And as we've always been doing, I'm just giving it to you to copy because I want you focusing on the skill more than the typing. Moving my cursor over to E right here, pressing and holding. And I still make that stress how this is done because I'm still having some students having a bit of trouble doing this. Control C. Come back up here. Make sure that I'm in alpha 1. Remember in activity 8, I think I messed that up a little bit. Not really a big deal, but it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Move that out of the way. Alpha 1, control V. And good. Everything is where I want it to be. So what's the next thing we're going to do? We keyed in the activity, change the year in cell alpha 3 to be current. Click here on alpha 3. Go ahead. So I'm doing this in 2022. Let's see, select columns A, B, and C and format the column width to be 30. Okay, again, we're going to run into an issue here if we try doing that in Google. That works perfectly fine in Excel, but I'm going to come up here, I'm going to come to over here and eventually find Resize Columns, Fit to Data. And honestly, that looked like it was right about 100. I'm going to go ahead and select one of these here. Right click. Resize column. I want to see what it put it to. It put it to 92. Let's just set them all to 100. Cancel. So I'm going to click A, Control, click. Oops, should have gone Shift C. Good. Let's do that again. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click on the A. I'm going to hold the Shift key down. I'm going to click on the C. If you wonder what was going on, is I was holding the Control key instead of the Shift key. Not that any of you guys ever done that either. Right click. Resize columns. Yeah, we're just going to type in 100 here. Good. And okay. Good. So nothing changed. And select cell A1, format to bold, 14 point, alpha 1, format to bold, and 14 point. Good. What's the next thing? Select cells alpha 2 and 3 and format to 14 point. Okay. Holding the shift key there. How on earth did Fummel-Rater end up? I just want to look and see if I typed this in correctly. Yeah, I did. Okay, so this would be I got it. This would be for a ride called the Fummel-Rater. Good. Okay, and so 14 point. Good. And what's next? Select cells alpha 1 through Charlie 1 and merge and center align the text. Well, that's among their dumber instructions. Okay, so if we were to take these, and let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and select these, right click, and resize columns. Instead of calling that 100, let's go ahead and make all of these 300. So this will actually do something meaningful. Okay, now it's going to do something. If I come over here and I select these three, the way I did that, I pressed and held the left mouse button down, drug over to here, and released. Plenty of ways of doing that. Right click, merge all, and I got to click on the three dots on mine and center align. Okay. You may not need to click on the three dots. It just depends on literally on your screen width is what's going to determine these here. Okay. And when I say width, I don't mean the physical width that you'd measure with a tape measure. I mean the width in resolution and pixels. Okay. Where was that? Repeat step 6 across alpha 2. Through C2, good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing right here. I'm going to go ahead and center align that. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on this. and probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Okay. Control Z. I want to tell you what happened there. Control Z is it remained that. However, the reality is the computer treats days as numbers. Okay. And so when I did that, it just turned it into text format. And so if I came up here and I clicked on that and did that, the date's still there. It's just shown real weird. If I were to then click on format, number, come down here to date, see it's there again. It does the same thing. Okay. So just so you're aware, and we can change the date format because I don't think that's the format they had. Number, date. Come down here to custom date and time and find one that looks like what they had. And they had something like that. Apply. Okay. Is that what? Wow, this thing's getting way off. It does say, was it always January? Okay, there wasn't actually a number on it. So let's go back and find a format that doesn't have a number. Okay, so let's come over here to number. Yeah, now I want to make it work. Date and time. I don't want that. I want a month and year. And they're not actually giving me that as an option, are they? Apply. So now I'm going to come up here. It wants that one. So I'm going to have to undo this. Undo. I could fish around until I found the format, but I'm not going to bother. Okay, go all the way across. And what was I doing? I was merging. I was taking both of these, and I was centering. Okay. Okay, good. Anyways, I spent too long doing something that really wasn't needed. Okay, that was step 7. Select cells alpha 10 through Charlie 10 and format the column headings as bold. Okay, so alpha 10 through Charlie 10. And again, all I did was I pressed and held the left mouse button down, and I'm just dragging it over. Remember, when you're doing this, you always need to be in the center of the cells. Otherwise, you wind up moving stuff around. Okay, and column headings to bold, 14 point, center aligned with a thick bottom border. Bottom border, we did this in the last lesson. There we go. Okay. Now, select cells alpha 11 through alpha 44 and apply long date format, day, date, year. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Shift. Now we're actually going to be using that date thing that I just showed you a few minutes ago, and we'll be using it right. Okay, so number, come down here to custom date and time, and I believe, let me look again, day, date, year. So they want 5 August. There we go. Yeah, don't get too worried about the fact that it says like 1930 here or something like that. That's not actually meaningful. So I'm going to click on the one I want. Come on. I'm going to click on apply. And there we go. Okay, so don't get too wound up about the actual number it's showing in that box. If that's sort of confusing you, don't let it. Day, date, year. Yep, hold it. No, day, date, year. That felt dumb. Okay, I used the wrong ones, guys. Okay, so date, format, number. Wow. Custom date and time, day, date, year. And the funny thing is, I came all the way down here and looked at that for some reason and just sort of apply. There we go. So now we have, as you can see, it's applying day, date, year. Good. Okay, that felt dumb. Okay, next. Select cells B11 through C41 and right align the text. Okay, B11 through C41. Gonna hold the shift key here, click there. So again, what I did is I clicked on B11, came down here, held the shift key down, clicked in C41, and they want us to right align the text. Good. Good. Select cells A11 through C41. Okay, so now I'm going to click in cell A11. Come over here, hold the shift key down, click in cell C41. And now what do they want us to do? And sort in descending order by inspected by, then date from oldest to newest. Okay, so this is kind of a new thing we're doing here. Okay, so again, I'll just tell you that they're doing it this way. You'll need to remember what column they're in if you do it their way. So I'm going to come up here and I'm actually going to click in 10 there. Okay, hold the shift key down, click there. The difference being data, come on, data, sort range, advanced sorting options, is we're going to say that we have a header row, and that's going to drop these here. So we're going to sort by inspected by, making sure I'm getting this right, from oldest, sorted by, in descending order, kind of a weird way of doing this, and then by date. And now we're going to add another column, date, and sort. Okay, so here you can see what it's done here is it's sorted them by first. Did we do this right? Yeah, inspected by. Okay, by who inspected it and what days that person inspected it. So you might want to know. The reason you might want this is you might want to know what days, say, I don't know, Carol was inspecting. And by doing this, we can quickly narrow that down to the days that Carol was inspecting. Okay, then by date, insert comments into the cells as shown in data worksheet 9-1. I'm going to come down here. Okay, and we're going to come down here to serviced by, and we're going to click here on Mr. Learned, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to right click, and we're going to go ahead and insert a comment. And our comment's going to be fan belt repaired. And this is extremely common, that when the cert maintenance is done, I'm going to hit enter, and you're going to see that little mark right there. When maintenance is done, we actually mark what was done and when. Okay. And it is interesting that we are not in the same order they are in. The reason we're not in the same order they are in, just to let you know, is because what they're showing here in the book is pre-sort. Okay, so I actually want to get rid of this comment, just to tell you. I want to delete this comment. Delete. Okay, I want the day that it was inspected by Alamonte and serviced by Learner. So come down here. This is the one that we actually replaced the fan belt. Oops. And click and comment. Okay. Okay, so the next one was inspected by Hopkins and serviced by Wallace. So Hopkins Wallace right here. Again, we're going to right click on that. We're going to insert a comment, and we're going to type in C25 safety lock replaced. Comment. Okay. The next one, inspected by Carroll and serviced by Wallace. Okay, inspected by Carroll, serviced by Wallace, right click. We're going to insert a comment, and seat 3 cushion repaired. Okay, inspected by Souza, serviced by Learner. No, that's Hopkins. Inspected by Sousa, serviced by learner, right click, comment. And here, inspected by, is safety lever, safety release timer serviced. Okay, what's the next one coming down here? We actually got several. Inspected by Carol, serviced by Wallace. The other one, and that would be the one in the 20. Oops. Comment, no service required. They really should have done these before they had us make the sort. This just is not the right way. Inspected by Hopkins, serviced by learner. Right click, comment, customer wait time banner repaired. Yeah, wait time. Oh, I know those things that say, approximate wait in this line will be 2 hours and 45 minutes. And the last one by Alamonte and serviced by Wallace. Alamonte down here and serviced by Wallace. Right click, comment, map legend kiosk replaced. I got KIOSK. And comment. Okay, good. So we got all those comments in there. Nice. Now, the last thing they want us to do here is they want us to print this. Now, generally, I tell you guys not to print, but I do want you to see how to print with the comments. Okay. So we are going to go through it real quick. So we're going to come over here, file, come down here to print. Okay. And let's make sure that we got the comments in there. Formatting. It's not the one I wanted. Some footers. Okay, that's not the one we wanted. Go next. Okay, member settings. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and look for where that comment thing is. Cancel. So just one moment while I look to see where I know where it is in Excel. Okay, as a remark, I didn't notice it because I already had it set turned on, and so I'm come over here to print. Let's go back to the way I was showing you to do it. Okay, obviously you got the print button right here. We can also come down here to file print. We could also print Control P. It's here in formatting, and to be honest, I didn't notice it because I already had it turned on. Show notes, and I can turn off grid lines here too, just to let you know. So show notes. That isn't going to show much here in the preview. Okay, it'll show up on the material. So, anyways, I already had it turned on, and that's why I didn't notice it. I am going to cancel. Just want to make sure I showed you guys where that is. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything left to do here. And no, go ahead and turn it in.